Okay, so today I'm just going to do another quick August update. And let's take a walk down through the outside here. You see the strawberries are going pretty wild. I haven't trimmed the runners in a while, so that's going to be my next job. Get a cool day. The sweet potatoes are unbelievable, but today seems to be the day that the Japanese beetles have come back. There's a couple of beetles humping there, making more, and so it looks like we will have some this year in the end, but that's the first real damage that I'm seeing from them. But you can see these sweet potatoes are just unbelievably beautiful. Can't believe how big they've gotten and grown. And the corn, well, we've been eating that for the last week and a half, and I'm out here today to I gotta pick the rest of it. And I'm gonna show you a little thing that my wife showed me from Farmer's Almanac that I'm gonna try today. Yeah, we're getting down to the end of the corn now. It's been really good. It's been, a really old tasting style corn. It's not the new GMO stuff. And it's got great corn taste without that real sweetness. And this is the first year I had tried it, but now it's getting to the point where it's starting to get a little bit old. So, you know, I'm gonna grab the rest of these for tonight's dinner. One more dinner out of it, it looks like. Okay, so I got a couple nice ears of corn there. So on to the next move. Now in the old Farmer's Almanac, they're showing this is where corn syrup comes from. So you have to tap the corn. Let's try this, see if we get any corn syrup. Let's see, I'll just use my maple sugar taps here. Oop. And just use a little cup. And let's just wait, see if we get anything. Actually nothing dripping yet. I think this might have been one of those things you see on the internet, but you shouldn't believe. That noise was the microphone hitting the ground as it fell off. But I'm guessing this isn't going to work. Okay, so it's time to move on from that. That was just a joke, actually. And you can see I'm pulling these flowers out that are in these buckets. They just didn't do well. And I thought it was from all the extra rain. But apparently the water doesn't get down in the buckets when it rains. It gets deflected off by the marigolds because they were pretty much bone dry, the ones that I pulled. So, and that seems to be the problem. You have to be sure to still water buckets even if it's raining out. Now, as you can see here in the top garden, I have a wall of weeds. This is the area I never bothered to mulch. And the sunflowers, they're just gorgeous. They've taken off. Not sure if you can see the bees up there. Like 3-4 at a time. It's unbelievable how they're enjoying these. But every single one of them is loaded with bees right now. It's pretty cool. Got a wall of sunflowers here, and there's, you know, several more layers behind them you can see that are still standing. Some of these are starting to get old now. I always love to see all the bees on them. Okay, while we're up this way, I'll just go up to the other side here. Oop, let me zoom that back out. So, you can see my butternuts are coming in. These pear trees, I don't know. I don't know how good they're going to do here, but you can see a lot of the sunflowers actually have been blown over. Some of the real big ones too. The winds that we've had over the last couple of weeks have been pretty bad. And the sunflowers, you know, quite a few of them are just laying down, but they still have pretty flowers, and the birds and the bees still like them. One thing I will tell you though, after a couple weeks, a month of rain, and then you get a couple sunny, dry days, the mosquitoes are just outrageous. Yeah, once it gets towards dusk, if you come out here, you get chewed alive. Especially if you go out, we've got all those maple trees out there, that little bit of shade on the edge. Oh, they're just waiting for you there. So let's take a walk inside now. And I can show you, there's really not much change since the last time. And, you know, I did pick the potatoes. I'll show that in the end. And everything else, we've just been eating all that we can. Had a bunch of eggplants. Got them breaded up and in the freezer and enjoyed some. The okra here just are not doing really that good. There, you can see the leaves are turning brown and dying, and I don't know. I don't think they like the weather we've been having, but we should have a couple of them in a little while. Yellow squash. I just can't believe how many yellow squash we've been eating. I just love these things. Just cut up with some butter on them and throw them in the microwave and cook them up quickly. Now here's, I replanted some new beans for the fall. So these are the strike beans coming up, another little bed. And these are the zucchinis. I pulled 2 plants. We're sick and tired of them, and actually I'm going to pull the other 2 in a little while. Peppers are unbelievable. Kind of, let's see if we can find any here. It's kind of hard to see, but the plants are loaded. These Adjavarskis, I have never seen so many peppers so big. These things are, I don't know if you can see that. These things are like 8-9 inches long this year. And they're just, every plant is fully loaded. Here's one I got to pick. That's over 1 foot long. That one down there. So I'll do another video when I pick them. I just started another batch of zucchinis for fall zucchinis. Hopefully we'll get a couple in the fall once we're not tired of them anymore. And tomatoes are looking terrible. All that rain seems to have damaged them, but we do have enough to do some sauce. My wife's up in the house now doing a little batch, and in a couple days we should be doing a bigger batch. Not quite sure if you can see those are the little yellow ones, and these are the drying ones. We're going to get a batch of them going soon. They've been doing good. And these are some of the Chinese long beans here that they got slowed down. Let's see, we got some over here too. They got slowed down by all that rain and cloudiness. These are some of the black brandy wines. We've eaten an awful lot of these. A lot of them are splitting open just from all the rain. And there's some of the plums. The plants are, I don't know if you can see there, but the plants are totally loaded with clusters of them. But they're just not red yet. Looks like the plants are getting some problems too, but you know, you can see a batch turning red. And here's some of the Bonnie's Best starting to come in. You can see they're nice size. And here's some more plums over in here. And the Amish paste. We've eaten a lot of these. They've been good. But you can see they're doing pretty nice. Now let's look. Here's the edamames. These are those Black Panther edamames, and then there just starting to fill out a little bit. You can see there we had a another woodchuck problem, but that's all over now. And the basil back there is still doing good. The cilantro is pretty much all gone to seed. And some of these sunflowers from last year have come back and opened up and look really nice too. And then let's look, we got little melons here. Only got a couple of them. That one there is about the size of a softball. And there's another one there, and there's a couple more in the beds there. Cucumbers, we've been making pickles and using them all along, so they're doing good too. And you can see up there, I don't know if you can really see that, there's like about 10 bees fighting over that one sunflower up there. Okay, here's some more peppers. Jalapenos. They got a lot on them starting. They're small, but they've got a lot. The habanadas are just starting to set fruit. You can see there's just tons of fruit under there. These are the banana peppers, and again, I've never seen so many peppers in my life. They're just, the plants are just so heavy with big peppers. It's unbelievable. I don't know if you can really see there, but this is going to be a record year for peppers. And then we got some bells, same thing. Actually, these are mixed. These are not bells. These are banana peppers, I think. Bells are the next bed. And then we've been eating these Belgian reds, and you can kind of get an idea of how they grow too. It's just so many of them. And then let's get down here. These are the bells, and again you can see there's a lot of ton of green ones. Each plant is just super fully loaded with them. None of them are red though. These will all be going on the grill and be roasted and frozen. I'll make a video about that because they're really good when you do that. And let's see. That's about it. The dill is there growing. So I just thought I'd do another, quick update. Just show you where everything's at now, and kind of like things that I've done before. I don't really want to do videos about again, like making the sauce and stuff like that. So I'll just add some pictures to the next video. Okay, let's go back here. I'm going to pick this one. I've been staring at it for a couple days now, just to give you an idea of the size of these Adjavarskis. That's probably good 10-incher, 10 or 11 inches. It's unbelievable. And these things are just so sweet, so good. And throw them on the grill, roast them up, and oh my God, what a treat. So now I'm going to go back a couple of days here, and I just can't believe all the honeybees we have around this summer. Really, they're doing a great job at pollinating everything, and I just love sitting out there and watching them as they fill up their little legs with the pollen, just flying from flower to flower here on the marigolds. And, it's just a great sight to see the honeybees actually starting to come back around here. And then a couple days ago I picked the potatoes, but the tops were dying back, and I decided it was time to pick them. But actually, the potatoes didn't do that good. They really didn't grow. I only got maybe about 10 pounds out of that tub of small ones, and you can see where I guess all that cloudy weather and rainy weather, the original seed potatoes still are pretty much whole and not even eaten down. So they could have probably used a longer time. But for my birthday, I did get some fresh potatoes, squash, and corn on the grill, and a couple of eggplants here that we battered up, fried up, and got some in the freezer along with enjoying some with our meals. And every day it's another basket full of something different. So it's been a real productive year so far, even with the crazy weather. And we did do another couple batches of the zucchini relish. I've got a video about that, and it's one of our favorites if you want to get rid of extra zucchinis. And tomatoes are just building up now, so we'll be doing sauce pretty soon. But every day it's a couple baskets full of something different, so always something different to eat for dinner at night. And you do have to throw some meat in there. And for my birthday a couple days ago, I grilled up this nice roast with some bacon on top of it, and all the fresh veggies from the garden. So that was a great treat. And again, another picture of those eggplants. I just love them when we fry them up. Just so easy to do, and they just freeze so well, and they taste like fresh when you throw them in the air fryer in the winter. And again, we're getting all different mixture of tomatoes, as you saw in the video, back-a-ways. And this just isn't worth trying. It just doesn't seem to work, so don't believe everything you see on the internet. And the sunflowers are just amazing. Just attracting so many bees. It's just fun to just sit out there and watch them. And you'll see 10, 12 bees at a time on a flower, and they're just really enjoying the pollen, and the birds are starting to steal the seeds. And in the end, this was about the biggest pepper I've ever grown. I did finally get a chance to measure it, and it's definitely the 10 inches. So, that was a big one this year.